Welcome in to another edition of Hawks Live Gaming. I am Paul Gallant and I am joined by the newest Seattle Seahawk. He is Quandre Diggs. He just had a pick six against the Los Angeles Rams. He had another interception after that. Quandre, what's going on, bud?
Nothing much. Just trying to, get the new week started and, just get back on the right track.
Yeah, and we'll talk about all sorts of different things, but first we're about to play a little NBA 2K. Your game?
Oh yeah, this is my game.
This is your game.
I'm more of a my career guy, but
okay.
I can play the regular game too.
How do you typically go if you're playing somebody, a random person? Do you do the three random teams and then the fourth one if you don't like them? Like, okay, this is it.
Nah, I usually just whoever you like and whoever I like.
Okay. Oh, who do you like?
Oh, I gotta look on here.
Are you? I know you're from the Houston area. Are you a Rockets fan?
I'm a Rockets fan, but I don't play with the Rockets.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I just played George Fant last week with the Rockets, and he killed me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna get the Rockets.
Okay. Who are you gonna be? Little Giannis action? Little Ben Simmons?
Nah, Ben Simmons can't shoot.
That is true.
He can shoot. He can shoot. I guess.
I'm gonna be my guys. I'm gonna be the
Celtics.
Celtics. Yeah.
That's who I used to play with last year.
Yeah?
Yeah, but my guys got away. You know what? I'm going here with the Trailblazers.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum.
Have you ever heard Damian Lillard's raps?
Oh, yeah.
He is. Yeah. He is impressive.
Oh, yeah. I like Dame. I've been a big Dame fan. I think even from I probably got tweets when I was in freaking college where I was like, oh, okay, I like this dude. I like him a lot. So I like his game. CJ McCollum, I always have him on my fantasy basketball team.
Okay.
So.
He did beat the Rockets in a playoff series once. I remember covering that. It was very depressing.
Yeah, it don't bother me, though. It didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? I roll with LeBron.
Okay.
I'm a LeBron guy.
Oh, a LeBron guy. So do you root for him on the Lakers? Because it's almost like...
Oh, no question.
Really?
I just didn't want to cheat and get the Lakers because it would have been too easy.
Yeah. So how do you stack up against some of the other guys? Because they're all very, very proud of their NBA 2K skills.
Well, I always play, me and the guys, we always play 2K, like after work.
After work?
So, I would say my guy.
Okay.
Probably the best player. My career guy.
My career guy?
He the best player.
What kind of player?
He's a playmaker, shot creator.
Oh, okay.
Similar to me in real life. So.
Yeah, and you created, what happened on that pick six that you had? Because I remember watching it on television. All of a sudden there's just this guy just streaking across the screen. And I was like, oh, it's Quandre Diggs. So there's a touchdown.
It was really just film study and, great communication between me and Trey, me and Slim. We had been talking about it all week. The guys had it. They actually ran the same thing the first game. Same play, just with a little motion. As soon as I seen it, I was calling Trey. I was just like yelling at him. I'm like, Trey. And he turned back to look at me and he was like, bro, you see it? Like he basically was asking me did I see it, but I was already calling it. And they ran the route and
wow. Well, that's gotta feel good when everyone knows what's about to happen on the play.
No question. That comes from great film study. And that comes from everybody just being locked in. Of course the game didn't turn out like how we wanted it to, but we could take some positives from that also and just know that we put in the work, everything tends to work out for us. So
since you've come to the defense, it really has felt like a big change. Is there one thing about you, both as a player and as someone in the locker room, that you really take a lot of pride in?
I pride myself, on just letting the guys know that they can trust me. I think that's something that I've always prided myself on. Just letting my guys know that, I had their back and, I just try to make it easy for everybody else. That's always kind of been my job. I'm fine with taking the hard responsibility and, having to help get guys lined up even though I'm new, I always take that responsibility. And I just I like to let the corners know, because I'm a former corner myself. So I know some of the difficulties that, that those guys go through. So I always want to freaking try to help them as much as possible and let them know I see things the same way, that they see them.
Do you like corner or safety more?
Oh, definitely safety.
What about safety?
I just like to see. It used to get me in trouble when I played nickel. I like to see the ball. I like to see what's going on. And I think that's just my natural position. I was a safety my whole life until I got to college. So it's kind of, they told me they had 3 guys that were leaving to go in the draft. So if I wanted to come in and start as a freshman, they told me to play corner. So went there and played corner, and I was kind of all she wrote. I tried to move back to safety my junior year, but they wasn't having it.
That's the problem when you're too good at another position. They're not going to move you away from it.
Right. It kind of hurt my feelings.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be, because I always wanted to be a safety. I've always admired Earl.
Is he your favorite?
Yeah. Earl and Harry Reid, those always been like my favorite guys at safety because, you always see those guys making plays. You always see them making picks. And I just felt like when I was at nickel, I wasn't able to showcase my full talent.
Oh, definitely. And listen, I'm not going to act like I was good. That was my position in high school as well. And there's something about being able to see the entire field that I really enjoyed about it. But when you play corner, yeah, you're usually assigned to one spot on the field and you can't really do a whole lot there.
Right.
What do you like more? Do you like hitting a guy or getting an interception?
It just kind of depends on how the game's going. If I'm having to, hit a guy to set the tempo and let everybody know, wake everybody up, then I'm fine with that. But, if I gotta make a play, gotta get an interception to get everything started, then, I'm fine with that also. So I don't really have a preference, really. I just want to make the best play possible to help my team succeed.
You had, the interception was awesome, but when you laid out Herb Smith in that game against the Vikings, that was one of the biggest hits I've ever seen, especially considering the fact that the guy's a tight end. Do you have like a thought process that goes through your head when you see, oh man, just absolutely destroyed me. Man, I am playing like absolute crap right now. I have 2 points.
Yeah.
Let's just marinate on that for a second.
And I got my backups in.
Yeah, this isn't good. I scored 2 points in the first quarter. I have not scored any right now. I actually don't even recognize half the Celtics on the court.
My backups got more points than the starters.
Yeah, your backups have more points than me. All right, this is going to turn into the Enes Kanter show.
Oh, that's a
Kobe. Yeah, that was terrible. So now you're aboard the team. What's been the biggest change coming from the Lions to now being with the Seahawks? Oh, geez, shot clock.
I would think just how much fun we have around here. Pete keeps everything really light. We have a lot of fun. Every day. It's some type of competition, some type of, just to keep, everybody loose and know, even though it's during the season, guys have to know that this game is fun. This game is supposed to be fun. And I think that's the biggest difference for me, everything doesn't always have to be business-like. You can kind of let loose, show your personality, let people know, that it's more than a game than football, even though when you're in this building, it's about ball, but you can also be a person here.
That's cool. That's definitely got to be a different. I know that Matt Patricia in Detroit's probably trying to do a lot of the same things that Bill Belichick's doing in New England. It's definitely a very contrasting style that you have here with Pete Carroll.
Right.
Now, so you're from Texas originally. So I feel like I got to ask all like the stereotypical Texas questions. Okay, is Texas high school football the best, and if so, why?
No question about it. I don't even think that's a question.
What about Florida?
Florida has great athletes, but I think football altogether, and you can even ask my Florida friends, I always tell them they got the best athletes, but I always think we have the best football, just how organized we are, how serious we take it. The coaching is better, the setup and all that.
The quarterbacks are really good too.
Right. I was telling guys for a minute, almost a third of the NFL was Texas quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks. So, that says a lot about, the programs. It says a lot about, how serious we take it. And I just think that's important, I should have made that. But I think that says a lot about, everything, just the whole setup on, how we do things, the facilities in Texas, the stadiums, you know what I mean? Like, no other state, is doing things like that.
I know. Some of the stadiums are absolutely insane.
Right.
Like, how is there a $5 million stadium that's just popping up out of nowhere? And that's like a normal thing there.
Right. And we got indoor facilities like in high school. Come on. Nobody's doing that.
I know. We just had a field.
All right.
Not fair.
Even when I was in high school, we didn't even have indoor, but now, everybody's getting indoors, all types of stuff. And then you got to think, man, in Texas, in my town, we like 20,000 people. Heck, when I was in high school, literally the whole freaking city was at every game.
Yeah.
And they used to follow the bus all the way from wherever we was playing. They used to follow the bus wherever we.
They follow the bus.
Yeah, so like we would be getting ready, we would be on the bus, and like we would literally be watching everybody, just in the back of the bus. You could see like cars lined up, trailing the bus.
So that's real, because I remember seeing that in the Friday Night Lights movie, and I wasn't sure if that was actually a real thing. It's really like just an absolute cavalcade of guys going to watch football.
No doubt, that's real. That's not nothing fake. That's the truth.
Wow.
And that's just how it always been. I think growing up, that was my main thing. Like I couldn't wait to get to high school. It's like, I can't wait to get to high school so I could be on varsity and everybody's coming to watch me. It wasn't even about the NFL. It was more about like when I get to high school, I'm gonna get to be on varsity and then I'm gonna have this thing jam-packed, everybody coming to see me. Like, that's what it was all about in my hometown.
That's awesome. And did people recognize you after the game? Like, hey, man, Quandre, you had a great game. Or even worse, like, hey, Quandre, what was going on in that game, bro?
What, in high school?
Yeah.
I think in high school, when I was in high school, after probably my freshman year, I probably was, not like a brag or anything like that, but like, I probably was the most like recognizable athlete in high school athlete
really?
In Houston, even being from a small town, just because like, of course I had the hype from my brother being in the NFL and all that, and then the numbers that I was putting up as a sophomore were kind of ridiculous. So like everybody kind of knew who I was at that point, but it was dope. That's the dope thing about Texas football though. Like as a high school athlete, you can really feel like you're a college athlete or an NFL athlete, even though you're not getting paid anything like that. But
that's cool.
You got that little star above your head, I feel like.
So when the trade was made, Tyler Lockett was extremely excited. So you guys have a pretty close friendship, correct? How did that start?
Me and Tyler. So it kind of started, I would say, in college. We really didn't like each other at first.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't like each other.
Why?
We used to go at it. So my junior year, we was going at it. We would go at it. I was guarding him. He actually won the battle that game, but he was just like catching. I felt like he pushed off on one play, and they called it on me, and he was laughing, like knowing he had pushed off, but they called it on me, and he thought it was like funny. So like we were talking trash, blah blah, all game, and then senior year, I happened to guard him, and I had a pass breakup, tackled him on the first play of the game. Then I had a pass breakup, and then by the end of the game, they was beating us. So it was just like we just kept a conversation. And after the game, he was like, "Man, I see you in the off season." Not even knowing we were gonna sign with the same agency, none of that. And heck, he signed with the same agency. I remember him. We met up on the freaking. We had like a little rooftop deal where we trained and stuff. And we met up there, and then, we were training together, doing the whole combine and all that. And we just got super close, and that relationship just kept going. It just continued to get better each and every year. And, me, him, Landon Collins, Quentin Rollins, Trey Waynes,
wow.
We all just take, we go on vacation with each other and stuff like that. And Tyler comes stay at the house in the off season. We always had these 2K battles in the off season.
so that 2K is how you keep the friendship up, and now you guys are on the same team. Yeah. What's it been like now that you guys are actually close to each other?
It's crazy because every day we look at each other and we just like, bro, we never thought we would be teammates. Like,
yeah.
Because we used to get in trouble. We used to get in trouble when we were training together because like all we did was talk and joke during freaking workouts. and our trainer used to get so mad, used to get so pissed off. But like we were just having fun. Like we were just guys come out of college with a little bit of cash that was just getting their first little cash in their pocket, and that's kind of what it was.
Well, Quandre, he beat me. We saw Carmelo Anthony even show up in this game, which hurts my heart. But Quandre, thank you so much for the time. Best of luck this week against the Carolina Panthers. This was a lot of fun, and I'd like to do it again sometime.
No doubt, no doubt. And, Dame Lillard didn't even go crazy like he should have, but I still got the dub, so I'm good.
It's hard to play and talk at the same time, isn't it?
No doubt, unless you're talking trash.
Right, exactly. I really liked in the second half as you were just really going all in on the Tyler Lockett stories, and I'm like, I'm going to catch up. I'm going to make this a less embarrassing final score.
I just wanted Dame to try to do the step back, and, but he was 1 for 9 with 2 points, and I still won.
Yeah, he's getting the post-game interview? Come on, what a bum. It's terrible. Quandre, thanks so much for joining me, man.
No doubt. Appreciate you for having me.